All right. We got to address this. I get so much joy out of this. So we talked about this last week. Our son is such a
I don't
Bluey
want to
fan.
talk about this.
No. We're talking about this. Our son is such a Bluey fan, and he enjoys certain characters that I do specifically. He loves when I do Unicorn, Sean, all of the stuff that Bandit does on the show. So I don't remember if it was last week or the week before, but
It
he
was last week.
yeah, he was upstairs getting ready for bed with Amber, and this was on a Monday night, so it was trash night for us. And I'm gathering the trash. I go upstairs, and I hear Amber attempting to be a mommy robot. There's an episode about Daddy being a robot, but Amber attempting to be a mommy robot, and all I can hear is Q saying, "Mom, stop, stop, stop." Number one, if to be clear, you sounded like Steve Urkel trying to be a robot. It did not sound anything robotic. It was like, can I do that? Like, that's what it sounded like. So I go to get the trash out of his room, and I start being Daddy Robot. Mood changes immediately. He is dying laughing, wants more of it, and continues to laugh. So Amber is now very distraught,
Pissed.
upset, salty, jealous, all the things you could be. And so she starts doing it again. And as she's putting him in his bed,
doubling down.
She's doubling down on these Steve Urkel-like efforts and putting him in the bed. And all of a sudden he's like, "Mom, stop." Very direct. And she's like, why can't I be a robot? Like, genuinely concerned with why she can't be a robot. And he looks her dead in the face and says, "Because it's boring." You would have thought he told her he's never loved her in his life.
My soul left my body.
She was so mad.
So mad.
Of course, I'm an antagonist. So I went into his closet and I'm dying laughing, and she can hear me. So she's already mad about that. Then we get out of the room, and I am just letting her have it, just with like small chirps all the way down the stairs as we're talking. And I haven't let her live it down since. Such a glorious day when you get just checked and humbled right there on the spot by your own child.
Well, let's just see how much more fun things I try to do for him. Because if he keeps telling me I suck at it,
oh gosh,
we'll stop the fun. I'm out.
Luckily, he knows I'm pretty fun, so we won't have to worry about all that. It'll just further prove if you do that, it's just going to further prove his point.
I guess. Not a good day for me. Not a good day for me at all. But with
Big
that,
one for me.
Whatever. Welcome back to Mixed Media. I'm Amber Batiste.
And I'm AJ Batiste. We've got a packed episode today. We're going to check in on our brackets, preview the Masters, and then get into some real stuff.
Yeah, we're going to chat a bit about pregnancy realities. I think we mentioned it on the pilot episode last week. I'm 3 months postpartum with our second and final child. So we're going to talk a bit about pregnancy realities, the kids' birth stories, and then talk about some of our favorite baby items, just give some must-haves after doing this twice on what we would recommend. And then we're going to give our opinions on some parenting hot takes.
Yeah, and before we do that, we heard from several of our 4 viewers that...
We have more than 4. And they weren't viewers. They weren't viewers because we had no video last week.
Right. We heard that you were disappointed we didn't have any video, and I know we've posted some clips on our social media handles. But we decided to change our setup today to allow for that opportunity. So, yeah.
All right. Well, with that, let's kick things off with a bracket update. This episode will be dropping on Monday, the day of the NCAA Championship men's game. We just watched Michigan absolutely manhandle Arizona last night. So safe to say my bracket's done. Arizona was my champion. I only had 2 of the 4 Final Four teams. I had nobody on the left side of the bracket, so I didn't have UConn or Illinois. I had Arizona and Michigan, Arizona being my champion, and they looked like a shell of the team that they have looked like all season. So that was a pretty bad beatdown.
I'm both sad and happy that matchup happened yesterday. Yes, I picked Michigan, so that's great, and I'm assuming they win the national championship, I'm going to win some money in our bracket. But at the same time, the gravity of that game felt more like a championship game even though it ended up being a drumming, right?
Yeah.
It felt like it was more of a championship game than anything that could have came out of the other side. To be clear, I also had nothing on the left side, and I probably would be in position to win it overall had I not got so upset happy in the first round. I'm like, I don't know, 100 points or something like that behind the leader, and they picked the higher seeds in a few of those, and that's kind of where the difference is.
Yeah.
I don't think many people picked UConn to get anywhere near the Final Four because they were kind of struggling down the stretch.
Yeah.
And you really, like, throughout this tournament, I haven't felt like they've dominated. I do want to make one quick point before we move forward about
I was going to say,
UConn.
do you want to address the Duke UConn game from last week?
I understand and love the passion that Dan Hurley has for his team and for the game of basketball. I do. Yeah. That last minute thing with the ref where he didn't necessarily headbutt him, but he kind of went up and
they made contact. There was definitely physical contact.
He made physical contact with the referee.
Yeah.
I understand the gravity of the game. I understand the gravity of the moment, but that's on you as a coach to not cost your team the game, right?
Yeah.
The fact that that wasn't called is insane, and the fact that the NCAA didn't come back out and say, like, yeah, we kind of missed that is wild to me. There's a few, like, guaranteed that's going to be a technical plays in basketball. Like, you get called for a foul and you slam the basketball. Like, that is guaranteed to be a technical. What he did was a technical foul. And again, I don't want to take away from what Mullins did and how irresponsible Duke's guards were with the basketball.
I still cannot, like, there was 10 seconds even on the clock. You have to do nothing. You don't have to cross half court. It's not in play. Like, just hold the ball.
It's not even just that. It's like, this is the second year in a row that Duke has lost because they don't understand how to break a press.
Yeah.
There's zero reason why your 86%, whatever he was, free throw shooter in Isaiah Evans should be in the corner of the court on the opposite end. And your 50% shooter, your worst shooter on the court, by the way, is inbounding the basketball. You need to have all of your best ball handlers and free throw shooters in a spot, because if they do foul you, which they clearly didn't have to, but if they do foul you,
right,
you want somebody that's going to make the shots, right? At least you just make the shots, right? Like, it's
right.
It's mind blowing to me that they had it, and they had timeouts. Like, every scenario about that, like, blows my mind. Like, you guys are Division I basketball players.
Yeah.
And a Division I.
It was just like bad. Like, it's like a bad 2-minute drill in football. Like, it's like you should have rehearsed these moments. Like, this is, this is going to happen in the tournament. Like, why are you unprepared?
Why is this not something that, like, in that timeout, it's like, okay, hey, guys, we have 10 seconds. This ball does not have to get across half court. It's literally 10 seconds on the dot.
On the dot. Yeah, there's no backcourt violation.
Yeah, the violation is as the buzzer sounds, so there's no violation, right? We have timeouts. So when you see that double team coming, there's zero reason to call timeout or just sit there and hold it. I think they even have possession from the jump ball. Yeah. Absolutely insane. So,
I mean, and should they even been in that situation though? Like, they blew a double-digit lead on top of that, right? So
which is what they did against Houston last year. So I mean, it is what it is. But at the same time, what Hurley did was absolutely a technical. And then the fact that he was, like, going around parading about it afterwards, like, talking about, oh yeah, me and that ref are cool. And it's like, well, that's great, but, like, what you did is still a technical by rule. Like, why are you? What? And he was like, I thought he was going to come up and, like, chest bump me. Like, oh yeah, did he have money on the game? Like, why would he do that?
I don't know. I will say, though, watching his mom in the stands was hilarious.
Hilarious.
The zoom in.
Holy shit. Yeah, that was
her energy was awesome. Like, I mean, I hope she like keeps that clip on loop forever, because it was pretty great. But so who do you have? I mean, we're down. So Michigan, UConn tomorrow night. But you think Michigan takes it?
I mean, I have said this since they beat the brakes off of Gonzaga. They have been the best basketball team in the country. But even when Duke was healthy, and then Arizona was healthy. I mean, Arizona, they were really good. I mean, like I said, that should have been the championship game. But Michigan as a whole, like, they play defense. They've got size. They've got arguably the best player in the country, at least the most seasoned best player in the country, because everybody else has been, like, young guys.
Yeah.
And they've got a hell of a coach. So it's like, you've got all of this experience and success kind of wrapped into a bow. It's Michigan for me, regardless of my fandom, regardless of my bracket. I do think just the depth of Michigan is going to wear on UConn. And the problem with UConn right now is they don't know if those shooters are going to show up for them. So the Duke game Mullins hit that last shot, but
I
the
was gonna say,
rest
and
of
he
their
was
guys,
over like the rest.
yeah,
Of
the rest
the
of their
game.
guys weren't hitting threes. They rely heavily on the production of Caravan and Reed. They're two leaders. Like they Reed being the big man and Caravan being kind of like their gadget guy, do it all. But even he was over in the Duke game. It's like you can't. Michigan just blasted Arizona with Lindenberg playing like 10 total minutes because he got 2 fouls early and then was hurt. So it's like good for them that they were beating him bad enough to where he could rest. But also like it shows the depth and talent of that team. Also, UConn doesn't have a 7-6 guy. So that hurts.
We'll see. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a lot of stakes in that game anymore. My bracket is busted. I'm done. I think for the sake of our household, I'll go on the Michigan bandwagon. They looked really good last night. I mean, it's hard to argue with that. I mean, I hope it's a good game. I mean, neither of the games last night, in my opinion, were like overly compelling. So I'm hoping the Michigan UConn matchup, at least, there's some storylines coming into it. I hope it's competitive and like it comes down to the wire. Like that, just a good game is what I'm looking for.
I really do have a hard time picking against Dan Hurley, but it's just this he in the tournament he's successful and he's proven it. It's just this team is loaded, so it's gonna be interesting. I hope it's a good game, like you said, but I do think there's just too much at Michigan.
All right, well, let's switch gears. It's Masters Week also. So
this
best
is
week of the year if you're a golf fan.
This is like the greatest stretch of sports in history. Like you've got
the only thing is there's no football. Everything else is going on.
But there is.
There is, but there's no games.
Right, but like the draft is also another like
correct.
Maybe not for you. But for me, I've always enjoyed the draft a lot.
Yeah.
And I dive deep into the process. I mean, I'm kind of a nut. But you go from March Madness straight into the Masters, straight into the NFL draft. Baseball started. I know you don't like it. Baseball started.
I don't dislike baseball. It's a long season.
Coming down the home stretch of the NBA. Again, no one cares about it during the regular season. But
and the NHL,
and the NHL playoffs. Like those two things are coming into play. Like we're just going through the greatest stretch.
Yeah. So before we jump into the Masters, we got to talk about Tiger. I'll let you start. You know where I stand.
It's a shame because there was so much buzz when he came back to TGL and then announced like I'm going to try to play in the Masters. Now, my thoughts were when he said he was going to play is he going to get through Friday? Yeah. If he even made the cut, like, is he going to be able to play beyond Friday because he hasn't played in so long? And like, he's had so many serious injuries, to be clear.
Well, and you even see it on TGL. He does not walk that, like his walking looks painful. It does not look comfortable in any capacity.
Exactly. Like everything I've seen, it's like that whole neighborhood knows he drives like a banshee. And it's like, why does he
hire a driver? You have so much, you never have to drive again.
I know his whole thing is like he likes to keep his personal life private, but at the same time, like you had security come pick you up. Why wouldn't a security detail person be able to drive you? Like at least if you know, like I don't think he's like that hopped up all the time, right? And like we don't know for sure how much he had going on, but like at least from the memes and the pictures.
Oh my gosh.
It's like the pictures of him in the back of the cop car are just hilarious.
He looks like E.T.
They're terrible.
In the back.
They're terrible, but the memes that have come from them are hilarious.
Yes.
It's a shame.
Like if you know you're taking medication that is that serious, right?
Exactly.
Like obviously he requires it. Again, I don't want to like sit here and say like, oh, he maybe has an addiction or whatever. I mean, I've been on like even just put this postpartum stretch because I've had a couple surgeries and a few things. I've been on a couple different painkillers, pretty low doses. And like, they literally tell you like, don't try until you know how it affects you. You have to have a driver, after certain surgeries and things. And so it's like, if he's on multiple things that are mixing and like, just don't react with his body well, like
it just
feels
smart.
Like
it feels like the only time he's doing that, because he works out at home. But it feels like the only time he's doing that is if he's going to the course, right? Like, because he needs to have as little pain as possible to go swing a golf club for 18 holes. It's crazy how disciplined in the game he is, but undisciplined.
His personal life is a shit show. I've been a fan, right? Like, we grew up in the height of Tiger Woods, right? And so, but the stuff with Elin, he's flipped the car, right before his tournament a few years ago. And I'm just like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, right? I'm over it. If you cannot get your shit together at this point in your life, I'm out. Like, you're
Right.
obviously not as good as you were anyway. Your
Well,
name carries a
he's
ton of
older.
weight. Like,
That's
no, athletically.
He's older. Yeah, he's older
Yeah,
and he's been
athletically he
hurt.
doesn't have, but as I was saying, like, he has the clout. He brings the recognition
Well,
and the fans to the game. But you've got to get your personal life in order, man. Like, you have way too much money. You are way too experienced. Like, you're 50 years old. Like, this, it's not like you're some rookie who's never had this kind of money or access before. Like, you've been through the ringer with a lot of personal drama that has been very, very public. And I've not been in that situation, but I just don't feel like it should be that difficult to keep your personal affairs in order.
well, to your point of like, yeah, you have your name carries weight. What's crazy is he's still the face of the PGA Tour, even with Scotty's
Yeah.
success. Like, he's not now tournament wise, he's definitely not, right? Like, he hasn't been playing, but
Sure.
he's supposed to lead the board. Like, they go to him for a lot
Totally.
of things as a business already alone, right? And then
Yeah.
he's got this TGL thing with Rory. Like, there are a lot of people that are counting on him to
Sure.
be reliable in these situations, and like
Then he needs to stay reliable.
they keep having to come back and like back him, even though he really does need some kind of help to figure out, like, whether it's a driver. Like, he definitely still needs a driver, but like, whether it's just a driver.
He's a bad driver, period. Drugs or not. It sounds like he's a bad driver.
Yeah, if he just needs to go to therapy, like whatever it may be, like, there's
Yeah.
just got to be something where they like, hey man, like, we're gonna have to start putting our foot down. Like, you are an absolute legend. You've got to get your shit together.
There's hardly any repercussions. There's no consequences to a lot of these actions. That's where I get frustrated of, like, again, I'm not knocking the fact that he clearly does need help in some capacity, but like, he will get off of it. People will make excuses for it because of who he is, where, again, at this point, this is the third, fourth, fifth time this has happened. I'm tapping out. I'm tapping out.
I gotta be honest, I can't tap out. It's Tiger Woods.
I know you can't. And again, if he makes a comeback, and that, like, fine.
But to be clear, I'm not gonna make an excuse for him. Like,
no,
dude, get a driver. Like, I don't.
There are solutions to these problems. Like, you have the money.
You have the money, and you have staff. You have security staff.
Totally.
Use your security. You don't have to hire a brand new person. Use people you trust.
Exactly.
All right, so let's move on.
I do want to talk, before we kind of get into our picks or like what we're excited about for the Masters, I want to talk about Rory's Champions Dinner, his menu. It came out last week, so I want to get, our thoughts on it. So he's got for his appetizers a peach and ricotta flatbread with balsamic hot honey and basil. That actually sounds fantastic. Rock shrimp tempura with a creamy spicy sauce, which you're automatically out on because of shellfish allergy.
Correct.
Bacon wrapped dates with goat cheese and almonds.
Never had a date, but it's bacon wrapped, so I'll try it.
Pretty much you can cover anything in bacon. I think either of us are in to give it a go.
Yeah.
And then the grilled elk sliders with caramelized onion jam and roasted garlic aioli.
If I could get that onion jam on the side, those sound so good. I've never had elk. Like, I'm not just like, ooh, elk, but that sounds really good.
Yeah.
And you can't go wrong with the garlic aioli.
No, never. First course is a yellowfin tuna carpaccio.
My dad ruined tuna for me for life, like that.
Oh, good call. Chicken of the sea.
Yeah, man, he used to
make my dad did the same thing. The biggest bowl, and then leave it in the fridge for like multiple days.
Bowl of tuna. And like, look, my parents love tuna. I get it, but like, whatever you're putting in there, it just
smells bad. Period. And then you add the relish, horrible. And then the whole fridge, everything has like a tuna. Smells. Everything smells, but then it also like there's like almost like a little bit of a taste of tuna on everything that comes out of the fridge for like
my
a good
parents
week.
Covered theirs.
No, it is covered, but it's like an onion. If an onion's in there and not like completely sealed off, everything kind of smells like onion. Everything kind of tastes like onion.
The massive bowl he used was like one with like an actual lid. It wasn't like you were wrapping it. So it.
We were
you could still
plastic wrapping a glass bowl of
You can still smell it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Main course is a choice of Wagyu filet mignon or seared salmon with traditional Irish champ, sauteed Brussels sprouts, glazed carrots with brown butter, and a crispy Vidalia onion ring.
Yeah, I'm going either or. I obviously the fillet would be my first
It's
choice,
so
but if
weird to me
there
that
was
you're like now possibly on a salmon kick. Like
I'm
we
not
do
on a
not cook
kick.
salmon.
I'm
No, but
not on
you're
a
like
kick.
down to eat it.
I've always well, I shouldn't say always. Like since
That's
college.
aggressive.
Yeah, that's wild. All right. I'm to be clear, everybody, I'm a very picky eater. Amber can tell you stories upon stories about how like even like Taco Bell, I'll get my tacos with no lettuce on them. And if there's a
This
strand
man
of lettuce,
opens the
wants the
taco,
whole
full taco, fillets it open to pick out possibly a stray piece of lettuce. It ruins the integrity of the taco.
It does.
His words exactly.
It
If
does.
there's one stray, tiny little piece of shredded lettuce that makes its way into this taco.
Yeah.
That level of picky.
Yeah, very much so. But like salmon, if you cook it right, salmon's really good. It is.
That's the key, though.
That's the key. Like, not everybody can like it, and for me, it has to be cooked damn near perfectly. And there's got to be some kind of like, I don't know, sauce glaze type combo on top of the salmon that to really enjoy it. But like, I would take either of those. Filet would be my first choice, but if like it was gone for some reason,
I'm going filet all day here. Like
I would take the salmon.
You can't beat a good Wagyu filet. And then dessert is a sticky toffee pudding with vanilla ice cream and warm toffee sauce. Amen.
Yeah, no. Listen, number one, the name is out of pocket. I'm not. No, sticky.
It's
pudding.
A very European dessert.
Sticky pudding is crazy. I'm not doing that. Sticky pudding is wild. Pause.
You're a child.
You can call me what you want, but no.
So what are you picking on your menu? In an alternate reality, in the multiverse, where your master's champion.
I feel like you know the answer to that question. I feel like you know it. Like
I feel like I could pick a lot of the things you would put on this menu, but like, give me a couple apps. What are a couple apps you're putting on this menu?
The first thing that's going on this menu is wings, specifically Buffalo Hot. I'm a
very
big
on
fan.
brand.
I'm a big fan of Buffalo Parmesan, or like the ones at the Peanut here in town. They have like a pepper flake that they put on their wings and their full wings. But yeah, the wings are first thing that going on here. I would probably put mozzarella sticks on the appetizer list. Like it's going to be very like you might think like a kid put it together. Like
yes.
I would do
that a toddler.
Ooh, you know what else I would put on there? I would get Eskimo Joe's sweet pepper bacon and cheese fries.
The sweet pepper bacon cheese fries. That's a good call. That's a good call.
Yeah.
I'm in on that.
Yeah.
That's a good call.
Oh yeah. And then I guess for the entree, like I'm good with steak. Filet is great.
Yeah.
I like ribeye. I actually probably would do like a tri-tip. Not just like a standard cut of steak. I would probably do something like that.
Okay.
What about you?
I'm all over the map. I feel like.
Sorry, I didn't give you my dessert. I'm sorry.
Oh, you did not. Banana pudding. Come on. Is there any other dessert choice? That wasn't what you were going with?
Well, because we're not by the holidays. I'm not thinking about banana pudding. Like
this is like basically like the Last Supper, right? Like this is like your prison meal. Like what are you picking?
It's the master's meal. It's not.
But I'm saying it's the same capacity, right? Like you're picking your favorite foods.
Okay.
Like
either way, like I don't think about banana. I would, if you made it right now, I would eat the shit out of it. Don't be wrong. But like, it's. I don't think about it until like October when I know that the holidays are coming up. Yeah, it's the first thing I think of in October. Like, hey, what are we doing for Thanksgiving? I don't care. As long as we have banana pudding, I don't care.
Yep.
So banana pudding, or again, it sounds basic, but you know me and cookie cake are just one and the same.
A gourmet cookie cake, though, not the Walmart.
Fancy, no, definitely not Walmart. But like a homemade from scratch cookie cake. Yeah, I'm in.
Love it.
All right, sorry. Continue.
Honestly, the one thing I am putting on here is the soup that we had in Jamaica.
That tomato soup?
No, well, the tomato was good, but no, the one we had for our 5-year anniversary, it was that roasted corn and cauliflower soup with the bacon and the ginger.
Oh, yeah, that shit was heat.
I'm a soup person, so like I love a good cup of soup. That with like a nice crostini or a baguette. All right,
now you're doing the most.
Yes, I'm all.
Now you're doing the most. I didn't talk about the little like fine print stuff that's underneath.
No, but it has to be paired with something. You gotta have a carb in there. I mean, I'm a sucker for like pigs in a blanket, honestly. Like whatever fancy version, the master's version of pigs in a blanket are. I mean, it's quick, easy, love a good finger food. I don't know, any tiny sandwich is always a win, you know?
Mhm.
But I think I also would put like a pasta on here, maybe as a first course. Kind of before
Pasta as a first
like a
course,
small
bro.
pasta, not a big like
Oh my
Olive Garden
gosh.
helping of pasta, but like a
Holy
real
shit.
nice
Trying to put people to
like
sleep before they get there?
no, but I mean I love a good pasta. So again, a good Alfredo.
That's
Honestly,
heavy.
I know, but our favorite Italian restaurant in Texas before we moved, their Alfredo favorite like a ricotta pizza. I love a ricotta pizza with like an olive oil base, ricotta, mozzarella. Keep it really light, like have that kind of cut up in a flatbread style.
Your
Anyway,
dessert.
I don't know. I like all desserts. I don't have like a must have. Again, I could go with like a nice cake or like I love a creme brulee. I love anything caramelized. I could do a cheesecake, like a really good cheesecake. I desserts are not
We
where
should
I
just
have an
lay out a
issue.
bunch of Thin Mints.
Well, that's pretty basic, but I mean, I
Either
don't know.
way.
I just
Well, you can put them on a fancy plate, I guess. I mean, like, you know.
yeah, sure. I don't know. I mean,
I would
I'd have to
think
really think about my dessert just because I do like, but who are you picking to
where
win? We got to move on. Who are you picking to win?
yeah,
Who do you think's going to win?
I don't know. There's several guys that are playing well right now, and Rory's not really one of them, even though he
Yeah.
won last year. I don't watch Live, to be honest with you. I know DeChambeau is always competitive. I think Raum's usually pretty competitive. Cam Young's playing really good golf right now. I know he just won the Players. Like, he is playing really good golf right now in general.
Yeah.
I might put money on Xander Schauffele. I think he's been
he's hovering.
He's had some slip ups in the context of 4 rounds.
Yeah.
But he's playing at a level where it's just like there's just going to be a point where it clicks and he's going to win a tournament, and I think that could be the Masters. I think Cam Young. So
yeah,
I really do think that Xander has a good chance of winning it. But then again, you saw JJ Spawn win this weekend. Like there's a lot more. It's not like it's just like Tiger and the rest of the field like it used to be, right?
Or Scotty and the rest of the field.
Right. He's not now. He's Scotty Scheffler. He could turn around and win
it's
it.
the Master. So
yeah, he's Scotty Scheffler. He can turn around.
He's
and win
never
it,
out.
He's not playing Thursday and Friday well enough to do that. And I don't know if you can get away with that at Augusta.
Yeah.
What about you?
I echo everything. The only other person I think maybe has a shot is Oberg. I think he's been playing well enough.
He just keeps falling apart on Sundays.
He's falling apart. So, but he was runner up in 2024. He was solo top 10, I think, last year. So like he plays the Masters well, and he's been playing well to start the season. So I think
I don't hate it. I think
he could pull it off. I don't know that he's a favorite. I mean, I think he is definitely in the conversation. We'll just have to see if he can put 4 solid rounds together. Obviously, Sunday has been kicking his ass, I think, the last few weeks where he's been in contention or in the top spot and just can't seem to hold out. So he'll have to put 4 complete rounds together. All right. Anything else Masters related?
No, I think we're good.
All right, well, let's move on to talking about those kids. How do you feel the transition from 1 to 2 has been?
Like we talked about this, it's much easier. It's harder, yes, because now we have to balance 2 kids and their schedules and like how things are, especially with the newborn or now 3-month-old.
Yeah.
Like, yes, that sucks. And she's not napping well. That sucks. Ass.
Daytime naps are a nightmare.
However, she's asleep during the nighttime, and I can't complain about that in any capacity. So like it sucks during the day while we're going.
It's hard now that you're back to work. And granted, you're still part-time, but like now that you're back to work 3 days a week, it's really hard when she's really only sleeping for like half an hour for me to have any time to do like anything around the house or run an errand or whatever.
I don't disagree with that. It's just, we know she's like developing, right? Like, and there's a lot going on for her. Eventually she'll get through this. Like it sucks that it's happening, but again, I will trade the shitty day for naps for 6-7 hours of sleep. 6-7 hours of sleep. Any day of the week, right?
Yeah.
So yes, that's a little bit different. It's a little trickier now that you have 2. You got to deal with Quentin being an almost 4-year-old, lots of questions, lots of talking, right? And all of his stuff that he's got coming up with T-ball.
Very overstimulated.
Yeah, and he's a busy guy. But I do think it's also been easier in a sense of like we've had one before, and there's nothing in this world at this point for you and I that is going to be a tougher trial than what we went through with him.
Pregnancy and my body do not get along. Like I told somebody this the other day. I'm like, if they actually told you all the shit that can happen while you're pregnant, I don't know that anybody would willingly do this. Like, it's wild. I read every pregnancy book under the sun, I feel like, with Quentin, like trying to educate myself. And they just want to make this beautiful little like Hollywood picture of what pregnancy is and what birth is. And I've had 2 of the most like non-normal experiences I think you could probably, have. With Quentin, he was a 32-weeker. We were out of state at the time, living in Dallas. We were traveling to Springfield to have my baby shower for just like a long weekend. I think we were going to be there, like a Thursday to Sunday or something. Yeah. Like it was a quick trip. And, everything was fine until it wasn't. Like all my checkups had been totally normal, but around that 31-ish week mark, kind of in the middle, my legs started swelling, pretty aggressively. Talked to my doctor, we chatted back and forth, sent some images, and I had no other symptoms. I didn't have high blood pressure. I didn't have any of the other preeclampsia symptoms that are kind of possible, which are like super severe headaches or having like vision changes. And again, blood pressure, like how would you know your blood pressure's awry? Like unless you are checking that, normally. And so basically the advice was like, this was like on May 3rd or 4th, I think, when I'm talking to my doctor, and they're like, we'll see you in like 6 days. So unless something changes, we'll see you in 6 days and we'll kind of reevaluate. But swelling's a normal part of the 3rd trimester. Like just get some compression socks, keep your feet up. Those damn compression socks. If you've ever been pregnant, if you've ever been pregnant and tried to put on compression socks, first of all, you can't reach your fucking feet. Number 1, you can't reach them. And then you're swollen. It's like you're trying to put a sausage casing back on. Like it is impossible. It is impossible. And you know this because I could not reach my feet. And you were sitting there trying to get my legs into these damn compression socks. And so again, it's,
okay,
we have all that.
So number 1, before you go, using the sausage as a reference, again, crazy.
But it is like there's.
But
not
the
a better
other
way
part of that was funny for me was just how mad you were that you had to get compression socks in general. Like
they're not cute. Like, I'm sorry. Have you seen old people wearing compression socks in public or on airplanes? Like
it's not even
they're
just
not
that.
Cute.
You look like you're about to go referee a soccer game.
That's what I mean.
They were like cute. all the way
They're
up
knee-high compression socks. They're horrible. They're horrible. And like, so anyway, so I'm going through all of this, right? I'm trying to get compression socks and we're prepping for my baby shower. The dress I had purchased was like a really cute high-low dress, not compression sock friendly because it's short in the front and long in the back. So I am scrambling now to find a dress. This already took me like 2 months to find this dress. I got to find a dress in like the next 72 hours that I can wear tennis shoes with and that will cover these stupid ass socks. So I think I sent to your parents' house probably 30 dresses on Amazon to like try on when I got there. I'm like just like throwing shit at the wall, hoping I can like find a dress to wear for this baby shower. Plot twist, didn't freaking matter. So we drive up to Springfield. I'm experiencing what I thought was Braxton Hicks. Again, first pregnancy, you don't know what you don't know. And get there, get settled, go to dinner, the whole 9 yards. And, long story short, Cinco de Mayo. And we're sitting at my in-laws' kitchen table. I had literally just pulled my computer out of my bag. I was going to work for a little bit since we were, driving kind of during the back half of the afternoon. And my water broke at the kitchen table. And I'm 32 weeks and 3 days pregnant. And I looked at him across the table and I'm like, I think my water just broke. And in true AJ fashion, he goes, bullshit. And I'm like, I didn't pee like that. It felt like a water balloon had exploded. And so of course, panic ensues, right? Like your first pregnancy, I'm nowhere near my doctor, nowhere near my hospital.
6.5 hours to be exact.
6.5 hours from home. We didn't bring anything to have a baby. We were there for 72 hours. And so I'm trying to get cleaned up. I call my doctor and they're like, we'll have the on-call person talk to you, because it's like 9:00 at night. So of course, it's not office hours. I can't just get a hold of my doctor. She calls me from her cell phone and is like, what's going on? I explained the situation. And she literally was like, get to a hospital, make sure they have a NICU. And if you have the time, make sure the hospital's in network, which is a whole other soapbox I won't get on right now. Like,
okay. Hold on. Before we go any further, the whole changing thing, like, yes, you needed to change the first time. You changed 4 times. Like, bro, you were going to be covered regardless. We just needed to get you. I was like, get in the fucking car. We've got to go.
But that's what I'm going to say. Nothing. Like, you watch the movies, you read the books, right? That's like talking about your water breaking. It feels like it's a one and done. Like, it just happens, the fluid comes out, and you're good to go. Load of shit. Because apparently baby's head is like a little plug. And so if they move in any capacity, your water just continues to leak. Like, it is what it is. And so I'm like now panicking because I go downstairs, change. Quentin must have changed positions. I stand up and it was literally like water breaking 2.0. Like, completely soaked all over again. And I'm like,
mind you, I already had
happening
towels
to me?
Prepared like, for this at this point. Like, at this point, like, that's what I was getting together, was like stuff we needed that we had to have while we were at the hospital.
Right. It was like, get your toiletries, grab some pajamas.
To put in the car. And you changed again. I'm like, Amber, get in the damn car. We cannot change anymore. And mind you, like, I'm not going to take away from your experience, but like, I'm in a panic, but I have to be the one to remain calm in this situation. And so, like, yes, I was like, get in the damn car, but like, I'm trying to be more. You were not being reasonable in the moment, and you like.
But I was also panicking of like, what's happening to my body? Like,
rightfully
what's
so.
on?
But I'm like, why are we changing? Like, you're ruining more clothes for no reason. Like, we could just put towels out in the car. Like, we need to get you to the hospital. That's more important than your clothing items right now.
It was a mess.
Sorry,
No, yeah. I know. And so we get to the hospital, get like checked in, and by the slowest human being I think imaginable. They have to put me in a wheelchair because you're pregnant, right? To wheel you to labor and delivery, because we're not familiar with the hospital. So we just went to the emergency room because we're like, I'm not sure where we need to go. It's also after hours, so like only certain entrances are open. And I swear to you, this woman is pushing me down this hallway like we're on a leisure, like, Sunday walk.
Like a luxury tour of the hospital.
It's the slowest walk I've ever experienced in a hospital. And if you know me, that is not the speed at which I move. I am moving with pace all the time.
Hold the fuck up.
Not speed, with pace. Difference.
Okay. All right.
And I'm like, oh my gosh. I can walk faster than the speed she was pushing me. I could waddle faster at 32 weeks pregnant than the speed she was pushing me down this hospital. So we get checked in. They put me in triage. They have to run some tests to make sure I actually am leaking amniotic fluid, am in labor, all that. At this point, you're like trying to park the car, get caught up with me. By the time you get back in there, they have blown my IV in my left arm. Like, pools of blood all over the floor in triage.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Which is great. So they're just trying to get an IV started to get fluids and like all this stuff. Finally get an IV set. We're in triage for like what felt like 2.5 hours, like trying to get at least figured out. They sent me up to like I don't even know what kind of room it was, kind of intermediary. Like, you weren't quite in like active labor and delivery, because they wanted to try to get me to 34 weeks. They were like, It's too early. His lungs need to mature. We're going to start a magnesium drip. And if you have been on a mag drip, it's the worst medication you can get. Like, it can make you feel nauseous. It makes you feel like you're burning from the inside out. And at this point, I had no like pain meds. So I hadn't received an epidural or anything. So you have to have a catheter if you're on IV medication. And so had to get that without, any numbing or anything. So it's like, I'm like in a daze basically at this point, just like, what is going on? And I feel like my skin is just melting off because they were hoping that the magnesium would stop the contractions, stop labor, also prevent, seizures. So after a few hours from that, the contractions were not lightening up. And I looked at him and I was like, go get the nurse. Like, nothing's improving, whatever they're doing after 2 hours of this, nothing's improving. And I think it was like 2:30 or 3 in the morning. Mm-hmm. And she came back in and did a check, and she's like, you're 4 centimeters dilated. You need to call your mom. Because my mom is, 2 hours away, in Arkansas. And so we kind of told her, like,
were there. So that, like,
your parents were there. Your mom was at the hospital with
helpful.
us.
Like, super helpful to have them there. Like, it doesn't mitigate what we were going through, but like in that situation.
No,
and also being at the hospital that one of her best friends works at is his mom's best friend is a neonatal nurse practitioner in the NICU. And so
And she ended up like luckily clocking in, you know,
Right
at
when we
7
got there.
a.m. and he was born at 8 o'clock the following morning. And so she was actually in the room with us when he was born. And so,
Super
but
helpful.
back to that, I mean, it was just one of those things where, again, we kind of told my mom, like, sit and wait. Like, we don't know exactly what's happening. Like, don't rush up here. It's the middle of the night, visiting hours. It was still kind of that weird, awkward, like post-COVID, like visitors were kind of limited. Masks were still kind of a thing. It was kind of awkward. And so, you know, you get on the phone with her at like 3 o'clock in the morning. She hauls us up here. We finally moved at labor and delivery, get an epidural, sleep for a little bit.
Ooh, that was one of the best sleeps of our
I think
lives.
it's the best nap I've ever had.
Oh
Those 2
God.
hours was the best. I think it was the best nap I've ever had.
Like a full 8 hours of uninterrupted.
After like the shock and trauma and like just chaos
Just
of like the
exhaustion.
6 hours before that,
Yeah.
it was like, oh my gosh,
I
don't have any pain and I can just
so good.
sleep. Fine. And they weren't going to bug me either because they were like, you're not progressing fast enough. Like,
Right.
so nobody was coming in to check, which was great. And so, yeah, he ended up being born at a little after 8 a.m., you know, 4 pounds, 9 ounces. And it's one of those things where like, you don't know what you don't know. And so they basically took him away very quickly, got him hooked up to oxygen, brought him back for literally, I don't even know, a minute. And then like whisked him away to the NICU.
Yeah, walked me down there with him.
Yep, you went with him to like figure out where he was going. And so, but we end up in the NICU in Springfield for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think I asked like several times, like, how much does a transfer cost? Can we get back to our hospital? Our hospital in Dallas was a level 4 NICU. It's one of the best NICUs in the state. And I just want to be back home. We ended up living in a Ronald McDonald house for 6 weeks, which I can't say enough great things about the Ronald McDonald house. Mm-hmm. But again, I'm just like, how long are we going to be here? Because they basically tell you, you're here until their due date, unless proven otherwise. So we're like, oh my gosh, we're going to be here for 8 weeks. We might be here for 2 months. We're not packed for 2 months. And so, you know, we have a great support system. I mean, it was traumatic. I mean, looking back on it, I think we can sit there and like, obviously super grateful and blessed that he has, you know, otherwise since been healthy, but he had 2 blood transfusions and 1,000,001 other tests and hooked up to monitors constantly. At one point, we almost had a code blue because of him trying to learn how to eat and breathe at the same time because his lungs weren't developed. And, you know, all the things. And like, so it sucked. But again, kind of going back to like our families, you know, they dropped everything to help us out. And my dad drove 12 hours round trip to Texas, like on that Saturday. So he was born on a Friday, the next Saturday, and like FaceTimed us and went room to room and was like, what do you need out of here? We had no car seat. So, you know, our people showed up for us, which was the best. And I mean, the best of the bad situations, we were near family.
Holding our dog, we would go eat with them, not every night, but like
once or twice a week. Yeah.
Yeah. But like they let us have our space, but they also helped us with everything else. So our support system in general, like everyone around us was just there for us, even the people that are my friends in Springfield.
Mm-hmm. Our next door neighbors in Texas who were like mowing our yard and checking mail and like keeping our house like semi in order. Cause again, we were gone for a month and a half. It was a lot. A lot of PTSD. I ended up doing quite a bit of therapy, I think right after his first birthday. Cause a lot of it kind of, you're kind of going through the motions. You're freshly postpartum. It's your first kid. We couldn't hold him for the first 3 days. He was in the incubator. And because he had a central line like in through his umbilical cord, we couldn't hold him for the first 3 days, which is not normal. I didn't know the difference. And like we laugh about it now, right? Like I don't want to diminish this experience because like it really was traumatic, but we've come through the other side of it. We obviously like went through and had a second pregnancy, but I mean it took us a really long time to even come to terms with that. And then we moved. So then I was starting from scratch with like a new doctor and trying to figure out what the protocol was going to be because having preeclampsia, like you may not get it again. You also could get it again. Like there's no rhyme or reason. And so with this pregnancy, you know, we were very cautious. Ended up with like the maternal fetal medicine doctor, scans on top of scans. And I ended up getting hospitalized like mid-December for gestational hypertension. My biggest goal with this pregnancy was like, just make it to 33 weeks. Like any day past 32 and 4 was a win.
Yeah.
Like that's all we wanted. Right. Like, and so, but
we actually celebrated that next day. Like
we did. We were like, we made it 32 and 5. It almost felt like a first pregnancy because everything after 32 and 4 was something I had never experienced, something we had never experienced. So So I ended up getting hospitalized for like 24 hours, diagnosed with gestational hypertension. And because of that, they induced you at 37 weeks. So I've still have not completed a full pregnancy and I'm not going to do another one.
No.
So we're not going to go down that route anymore after both of them have tried to kill me with preeclampsia. But with Kaya, that delivery was so different. Like, so we got induced at 9:00 on New Year's Eve.
We didn't get induced. We got checked in at 9:00.
Checked in.
We didn't get induced until the next morning.
Because apparently my veins don't like to be found for an IV. Like,
and I felt so bad because those nurses were so confident coming in there.
They were so
there was
confident.
3 in a row that were like, I don't miss.
I don't miss.
They were really walking in there like, who do you think you are? I am. And then walking out like, shit, I suck. I don't know what's going on.
Like, they basically could, but they could find the veins, but they couldn't get the
It was you. It's definitely not them. I don't
know why. They're like, we can see the veins. We can see where they go. But the lady was like, basically, you need an ultrasound. And apparently nobody does a freaking ultrasound IV overnight at this hospital. Mm-hmm. Like, if anyone was available, they were down in the ER and like could not break away. So it took, I think, like 6 hours to get an IV placed, which was super annoying. I would have just rather checked in at 7 a.m. on like New Year's Day at this rate. We wasted all night. You're not sleeping because you're just waiting. We couldn't really sleep because they kept coming in to try to see if they could get the IV. I'm on the fetal monitor. I finally get an IV in my wrist, which was exactly where I didn't want it. But that's literally where the poor nurse anesthetist was like, this is the only place I can get it now just to get you started. And then we'll have someone come in, in the morning. So they started me on, all the medications and all of that to like get me induced. But my blood pressure just never would get under control. They gave me my epidural early, hoping, because a lot of people have their blood pressure will tank when they get their epidural, and mine didn't move at all. And then like by 6:30 in the morning, they had declared me preeclamptic. So I was back on the lovely magnesium drip. And just kind of waiting out the clock. They came in at 10 and broke my water. I finally got another IV in done by ultrasounds. And then at noon, they came back to do a check. And they were like, you're still steady at a 5. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is taking forever. Literally half an hour later, I was like, I don't think this epidural is working. I could feel a lot more than I was. By 12:30, 12:40, I was like, we gotta get somebody back in here because the epidural is not helping. Tons of pressure. And Doc came in and she was like, well, the reason it's not working and you're feeling things is because like we're ready to go. Like the pace at which these people like came filing in, setting up tables and all the equipment and things. And I mean, it was wild. By 1:05, they were in there ready to like rock and roll. And I will say, like, it took me over like an hour and a half to push with Quentin, and he was 4 pounds 9 ounces, which he laughs. My epidural was so strong, I couldn't feel anything.
They were like, push.
I don't know where to push.
I'm like, no, you're just like cat backing. You're just.
But they didn't help. And like, I literally, as soon as she was born, I told him, I'm like, they coached me so well into like when to push, where to leverage my energy, all of that kind of stuff. And so it was 4 contractions worth of pushing, less than 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. And she was out the door. They handed her to me immediately. And then they were like, all right, you have an hour of skin to skin. We'll see in a bit. And I looked at Asia, I was like, I just sit here? Like, I don't know what to do with my hands kind of thing. Like, because we had never experienced that. She gets discharged 2 days later. I don't get discharged until 4 days after because, again, preeclampsia, they couldn't get my blood pressure under control. But it was weird leaving the hospital with a whole 4-day-old baby. I'm like, well, this, again, it feels foreign, to a degree. Can't say I recommend pregnancy. Love my kids. Pregnancy is...
I can't say I recommend being on my side of that either. Number one, like my biggest fear was your health, right? Yeah. Like obviously the baby's health is a fear, but like at the end of the day, you are everything. But like I had to be who I am on day to day. Like,
calm.
Like I could not be in the same panic that you were, especially with Quentin's birth. Because I will say,
we heard this from Joyce and then a couple of the other nurses. Like I was eerily calm. Something took over my body and just was like, do what you have to do.
And probably where your mind actually was. Like, right. But I also think just having each other there, right, in that situation was super helpful, because like, again, we've been together and known each other for so long at this point. I knew what your signals were going to be, even in preparation for her. My biggest concern was making sure you were healthy. Concern number 2 was her health. And so I was much more prepared.
I think I had my bag packed.
No, I did
at
not.
like 28 weeks. I'm not playing around this time.
I'm also not going to put that juju on us of like being prepared for another 32-week situation, trying to keep our confidence up there. You were going through a lot from a post-traumatic stress syndrome kind of, right? Like your PTSD from that situation, rightfully so, was going through a lot. And then on top of that, you add the stress of like, 1, we're new parents. 2, our baby like is now ours. Like we don't have all the nurses.
Yeah, you go from having
like, right,
round the clock care, monitors galore, like he's being checked constantly, to like a discharge day. It's like, all right, you're good to go. What?
Yeah, I was really supportive of the idea of you having therapy in that situation, because I thought like what am I going to tell you? You talk to me every day. Like you need someone to like bounce your pain off of, because that's someone that wasn't in it with you. Like I was there, right? And so really, really thankful that you had that opportunity. But again, like I held so much just knowing that I had to be. Like it was kind of one of those, like what you talked about, where it's like my body just was like, okay, dude, you got to lock in. Like there's nothing more you can do but just be locked in that situation. So that's why like I felt super relaxed and prepared for her. Aside from your blood pressures, like those scared the shit out of me. But like
when I come in at 4 a.m. and I'm like, I think I need to go to the hospital because my blood pressure is like 140 over 120.
It was like 160. It was like, what the fuck? But anyway, I do think us being who we are, how we've grown together just over the years in general, helped us a lot in those situations. And I do think that, you know, if you're a dad out there, like you have a role in this too, and it's okay for you to be stressed out and scared, even though you're trying to hold it all together. Like even though you're trying to hold it together, I was scared shitless. Like there's so many situations that like I think it's overlooked with dads, is like we do handle a lot of that stress and deal with a lot of that stress. It's just obviously from a birthing perspective, like it's nowhere near the level that you guys go through. And so,
I think I wish a lot of this was talked about more. I think that's the one thing coming out of like being a preeclampsia survivor twice now, is it wasn't even mentioned. I didn't know it was a potential complication when we got pregnant. Again, I just feel like everything is kind of presented with rose-colored glasses. It can go 1,000,001 different ways. Our generation is better about talking about it and having those conversations and like making people aware of it. It can have serious consequences, like especially 100%. If it's unchecked, especially if you're not diagnosed.
As many books as there are on like how to prepare yourself,
and like I don't
want to
scare anybody. Like I think that was one of the, like I mean, because I know when we were in Springfield, I mean, I swear half of their NICU nursing staff was like pregnant, and they just kept saying, "Oh my gosh, you're a learning moment. I'm not going to travel within that time period," because technically you can travel by air as long as your doctor's okay with it until 36 weeks. But I cut myself off at 30 weeks with Kaya. I'm like, I'm not playing this game again. I ended up in the hospital in Georgia this go round at 27 weeks or something. Yeah,
because you started swelling.
Because I started swelling randomly, and like it ended up being just like dehydration and traveling. So I mean, again, we've got 2 great kids, but pregnancy is not for everybody, and I think that's okay. And again, you do you, right? Like do what you need to do.
Yeah.
I just have no desire to go through it again. I will not be going through it again. And 0 stars. 0 stars is my final my final rating on pregnancy.
Let's move on. Let's
close out with just like some of our recommendations for parents, like baby items. Now going through this twice, we obviously made some changes, I think, from having Quentin to having Kaya. So what are some of your favorites?
To me, the main one, I mean, I'm staring at it right now. It's just so glorious. The
baby Brezza?
The Brezza, not the Brezza itself, but the cleaner.
Oh, yes. I think it's the new
it's like a
like bottle
bottle
washer
dish.
pro. So it
Oh my
fits
gosh,
4
it's so
bottles
awesome.
and then it sterilize and dry up to 4 bottles at a time. And it takes like less than 90 minutes to do all 3. It's a game changer.
Yeah,
The whole Baby Brezza line, like I would just put
yeah,
that out there. Like anything from
yeah.
them, I don't think we've got anything that sucks. Like we have the Formula Pro that makes bottles in seconds, you know, everything from 2 ounces up to 10 ounces. We are lazy and got a second, their little new travel mini that is upstairs in Kaya's bathroom because in the middle of the night, I didn't want to walk downstairs. I didn't want AJ to walk downstairs.
I don't
So
really consider
we,
that lazy. I feel like that's strategic. I don't
oh, it's
consider that
efficient as
lazy.
hell. But like,
Yeah.
I'm not walking downstairs to get a bottle if I can put one up here. It's literally less than probably 20 seconds, start to finish, to have a nice warm bottle ready to go for her.
The second thing that I would say, is worth probably putting on your registry is that Duna. We did not get it initially with Quentin, and like our stroller was great. I thought it was an awesome like, and it would have been
It
like
was like
because
a
it has so many.
traditional like
Yeah,
travel
but it had
system. So it came with like it could convert to a stroller. It had
yeah
the
the
toddler
toddler
seat. It had
seats.
the
Yeah,
infant, bow.
yeah. And I don't know that the Duna was actually out yet when that happened. I don't
It
know if it was
was, but it was
freshly out.
it's expensive. I mean, it's like I think it's still like $550. So like,
Yeah, it's crazy. It's
but on
crazy.
it's
But
so
it's
worth it.
so like if you've never seen a Duna, you put a base in your car
Mhm.
and you can pop it out, roll it around like a stroller, pop it back down, and it is the car seat. Like you're not having
It's
to
an all in
lug your
one.
car
So like
seat.
you,
Yeah, you're not
so
lugging a car seat on your arm
we got it initially because we were traveling with
to
Quentin and I
come down.
didn't want to have to like check a stroller and a car seat and all of the things. And so we ended up getting one and we never looked back. If we go to a store, go anywhere, it's small, it's easy when we go to restaurants. Like you can just wheel her up next to the table and she
Or
stays where
even
she is and
the place we just put her in the booth with us.
yep, folds down, slide her in a booth, put her
Yep.
in a sling. It's
Yep.
that's one of my favorites.
I think
Trying
the
to think.
last thing is um the diaper bag we have. I think
Oh,
it's
that's
the
a good one.
efficiency of that diaper bag is so nice. Like space and organization. Like I know you're a little more organized than most people, but even if it was just me putting stuff in there, it would be space for me to have things organized. But like, if it wasn't for you, like regardless, like if I was the one to have it, it doesn't look like a diaper bag. It just looks like a big backpack.
So
It's
it's
got a
yeah,
separate
it's
spot for it's called the no reception bag,
No
right?
Reception Club is the company. They're a small like family owned brand. So it's a super sleek backpack. We bought a black one, so it just looks like any black bag. It's got a zippered top. You can actually open it, and kind of go in, but the way it's designed to be used is actually on its side. So it's got a side zipper with 3 compartments, and they have like a little cooler bag where we put bottles. I've got changes of clothes, pacifiers, it's like, but there's segments, and so it makes it super easy to get to. And then the other side has their removable diaper caddy. It looks like a
Like
fanny pack,
your
like essentially like a
it looks like
Lululemon,
your
like a
yeah, the little
crossbody. It's like
yeah,
it's a real, it's a sling crossbody that
yep.
has a changing mat in it. You can fit 4 or 5 diapers in there. My favorite
Yeah.
is the little travel water wipes because it's a little 28 pack. And it's super easy just to pull out and like go to the bathroom. I don't have to take the whole bag. My favorite thing about it is the weight of it. Because of the way it's structured, the weight is distributed top to bottom. So
Yep.
it doesn't feel super heavy. It's not everything in the bottom of the bag like weighing you down. It's great for your back. And we've taken it to Disney, we've taken it all sorts of places, traveling. I've worn it for hours, you've worn it for hours, and never once are we like, oh, I need someone to like take the bag. Like it's
The only time that's happened is when it's 105 degrees outside. I mean, it wouldn't
you're
matter
just
what
sweating.
it wouldn't matter what the bag was in this situation. You didn't mention the bottom, like, but the bottom unzips, and like you
Yes.
have right now in there, you've put, which is so smart. Like you've put like the extra set of clothes is down there, the first aid kit is down there. So like as they get a little older and they're like when she starts to walk, like if she falls and like scrapes her knee, like we have a Band-Aid right there on hand. We don't have to go to a separate bag. We don't have to go.
I've also got
searching
medicine in
for-
there. So like
Yeah.
I've got Tylenol on hand. I'll have Motrin on hand. The nose Frida, that's actually what I want to talk about. So the nose Frida is great. I have like the original aspirator. That's what we have in the bag. Just if we need something on the go with like saline drips. But my favorite thing that we found with Quentin is Dr. Knows Best is the brand. It's a hospital grade like suction device. So it's, I don't know, about this big little unit that has an aspirator. It charges, and then it's got 3 levels of suction. I don't have to put my mouth on anything. You don't have to like try to figure out how to get the right suction. You can literally just press a button and it will do the suction.
You still have to use the drops. Like, to be clear,
yeah, you still put like, yeah,
you
you definitely should put saline. It helps things come out, but it has been life-changing in terms of like clearing out congestion, making sure that like Quentin can breathe. And then with Kaya, they have come out again since we bought it with him like 2.5 years ago. They have like an infant attachment, like size, like a smaller nose hole, like because she's smaller. And so we have that. And so she hardly cries if we have to like suction her nose. Like she literally.
Well, and it's because it only takes, she doesn't have that much in there now, right? Like she's not big enough to have a ton in there, but yeah, it's quick. It's done.
And it's
right
painless. And like, I'm not like sitting there like trying to like hold her down. And like also, again, like this sounds ridiculous if you're not watching, but like if you never use a nasal aspirator on a child, like especially the nose treated one, you have to use your mouth and then you're holding the other piece in her nose, trying to like keep them from like being mad and like rolling around and swiveling their head. It's a 2-man job if you're trying to like actually get anything out of their body. So I kind of happened upon it, probably an Instagram ad, and it's been great. I think last thing is like just the Hatch devices, the Hatch sound machines. They come out with travel ones, so it's really nice just for like consistency's sake to like the same sound he has at home. We can pack up and take to the hotel. They've got the ones that clip on your car seat. So I would say that's another one I would definitely make sure is on the list. Pod. Oh man, we just keep adding. The slumber pod's great too.
Like you talked about travel, but that's like, it's basically like a tent that goes over a packing
plane. The blackout
right
tent.
Now.
So if you're sharing a room or a hotel or whatever, that
has a little fan that attaches to it so it doesn't get them too hot or anything like that. But yeah,
but most parents aren't ready for bed at 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock whenever your kid goes to bed. So it's like if you're in the hotel room, it's like it's nice. We've done it a ton. He's now in a toddler bed that we've used with the slumber pod as well, like an inflatable, air mattress, and it's dark. It keeps him contained. It's great. And we can sit there with headphones in and like watch a show, still move around the hotel room as
we have like a apartment style one, like we could just close the bedroom door and be fine, like because we have a monitor. It has a spot for a monitor, camera to sit, like a travel monitor to sit in, or travel camera to sit in there, and then you can connect your monitor to it. So
a lot of these are luxuries. I will say that, like they're not. Yeah. They're not super cheap, but
I do think if you're going to spend the money on anything for a baby like that you absolutely need, it's the baby Brezza system.
Well, we've gone way over, I think, what we were ever planning to go. So we're going to punt the parenting hot takes for another episode. So thank you for joining us for this week's episode of Mixed Media. As always, you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Mixed Media Pod. You can subscribe on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. And you can send us your emails at themixedmediapod@gmail.com. We'll see you next time.
Peace, everybody.
Bye, guys.